Hey guys, I hope you're doing well today. This is going to be, I think, my 5th Pan That Palette update, and I'm currently panning my Anastasia Sultry eyeshadow palette. Unfortunately, my progress was really slow this month, and I was using this palette a lot, I feel like, and I was even using some of the colors that I don't plan on using up. But I just feel like the mattes are just really hard to go through, like the specific colors that I have, because one is really dark and then one is on the brighter side. So I'm not using a whole lot of it when I use it, but I do want to show you the progress on it. And then after I'm done talking about my Anastasia Sultry palette, I will be introducing another palette that I am bringing in to pair with this one, since I only have matte colors left. I thought it would be more fun than you guys just looking at the same few eyeshadows in this palette, especially because the progress on this palette might be a little bit slower in the next couple months until I finish the 2 shades I want to pan. So let's get into my Anastasia palette first. I'll insert a picture of what this looked like in my previous update. And here's what my palette looks like now. So unfortunately, not many changes. I wanted to expand the pan on Dystopian right here. I've actually been using this shade almost every time I do my makeup, but it just hasn't gone down that much or expanded the pan on it because it's just a dark brown, and it's not something I like to pack all over my lid or anything, so it's not getting used up very quickly. And then also I wanted to make a dip in Bloom, and unfortunately I haven't done that. I have used this shade several times this month. It's just a very pigmented shadow, and it's very bright, and it does look nice on the outer corner, but it's not something I like to use all the way in my crease, just because I'm a bit on the fairer side, so this can look really bright and intense in my crease, and I don't always want that look. Typically day to day I want a neutral look. Sometimes I'll do a pop of color like I did today. I have a neutral lid. Well, it's very yellow, but it's a yellow gold, and then I have a pop of green on the lower lash line. But a lot of times I just want to wear neutral colors. I'm basic like that. I do like bright looks, but a lot of the time I will just go with neutrals. So that's pretty much why that one hasn't seen much progress. I have used Slate a few times, and it is a pretty gray. It's just not one I want to pan just because I don't use this shade very often. And I'm not going to pan Noir either. I've mentioned this in other previous updates as well. I just don't typically use a matte black all the time. Sometimes I'll use it to set my eyeliner if it looks like it's skipping, but I don't use it very often, so I didn't want to force myself to pan either Slate or Noir. My goals are going to remain the same for the next month for Dystopian and Bloom. I want to expand the pan a little bit more on Dystopian, and I also want to try to make better progress on Bloom. For Dystopian, I've actually been using it a lot in my brows. A lot of you guys suggested it to me, and I kind of brushed it off the first few times that you guys mentioned it in my first couple updates. But I've actually been using it mixed with a lighter brown, and I have been putting it in my brows with an angled brush, and I just do it really lightly. But I like it because I feel like it really defines my tail, and I'm not the greatest at brows. I typically prefer a powder as opposed to a pencil or a pomade. I'm okay with pencil, but I'm still kind of learning my favorite ones and how best to use them, but I'm most comfortable with powder, so I'm okay with using the dark brown on my tail. And I'll even mix it for the front of my brows as well with that lighter brown to make it work for me. Some of you guys suggested for me to use Slate, but I just don't want to do that because this typically pulls very purple on me, so I don't think it's going to look right in the brows. Maybe I'll play with it one day this month and I'll let you guys know, but for now I haven't used Slate in my brows at all. And now I want to introduce my palette that I want to include to pair with my Sultry palette. I want you guys to guess in the comments what palette you think that I am bringing in, and I only have a few palettes, but it's one I use all the time, so let me know your comments down below of what one you think this is. And the palette that I'm bringing in is my Profusion Metallics palette, my really beat up Profusion Metallics palette. I love this palette so much. I just said palette 4 times in a row. Sorry about that. I do have the lid broken off here because I opened it the wrong way one day apparently, and it just came off. This is a very affordable palette, so the packaging is a little bit cheap, but I love the product in here. So here is my current progress on my Profusion Metallics palette. So this palette has 24 eyeshadows in it, or at least it did because I did pan a lot of them. I fully panned 6 of them, and then I currently have pan on 3 of them. The ones I have pan on are Blitz, which is this beautiful olive green shade. I also have pan on Dizzy, which is a really fun goldy pink shade. And then I'm very close to finishing the shade Illusion right here, which is a very light icy highlight color. But I am wearing this palette on my eyes today. I have the shade in Jade on my lower lash line right here. It's that green shade. And then I also have the shade in Zenith on my lid. It is that really bright gold. It's a really pretty shade. It's a very intense gold if you want like a true gold. I'm not positive I'm gonna be able or even want to pan this entire palette because some of the shades I don't use very often, but I find that the shadows are pretty easy for me to hit pan on and use up, which is why I've been able to pan it so quickly. I've just been using this like here and there. Sometimes I'll go really hard with it over a course of like a few weeks or months, or sometimes I'll put it away for a little bit, but I typically use this maybe about once a week or more. I've been using it a lot lately because I've been trying to make some progress on it because I knew I wanted to put it in my Pan That palette. So let's set some goals for the next month. I want to finish this shade Illusion right here. I also want to use up the shade in Dizzy, which is the beautiful pinky gold that I showed. I would love to try to make progress on the shade in Sorcery. I really want to make a dip or even hit pan. I feel like this actually will pair nicely with my Anastasia palette because I can use this with the shade Slate. The Sorcery is a silvery color. I also have a silvery glitter in another project, so I think this will be a fun one to put in so I can do some more cool toned looks. And I actually did a look with Sorcery the other day and I really liked it. So that is it for my Pan That palette update. It's definitely longer than they typically are, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are excited to watch me pan my metallics palette. I think a lot of you guys enjoy seeing this palette on my channel. It's so affordable and it's just really nice quality for the price. I think this retails for around $13 at Walmart. Just a really good palette and I think it's very underrated and I wish more people would check it out. And I think it will pair very nicely with my Sultry palette, so I'm excited to use these two together and hopefully make a ton of progress on them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I also have a horse channel if you want to check it out. It is called C&K Equestrian. I'll have it linked down below. I also want to mention that I am having a giveaway on my channel coming soon. I think it'll be maybe 2 videos after this one. I think it'll be maybe mid next week sometime. If you're interested, please make sure you're subscribed so you can check out the video when I post it. Hope you guys have an amazing day and I will see you guys in my next one. Talk to you later. Bye.